Okay, a couple things on Fuji X-T2 batteries, especially, actually very specifically, in the vertical grip. I see a lot of people in groups talking about having 100% charge on their X-T2 batteries, whether that is the 126S or the prior version of batteries for the X-T1. They'll actually say that they're turning them on, and I have the same issue, and it's not really an issue. People need to understand what's going on. That it'll report extremely low, or like 0%. It's like, well, you know, I charged the X-T2 up using my vertical battery grip charger, and I put the camera away for a few days or a week and a half, and I came back. Some people were trying to assume, well, maybe you left the on switch on in the vertical grip. That's not it. I know people are not doing that. I've experienced this before many times, and the actual voltmeter that's built into the camera to calculate accurate charge can't get a determination on the actual charge of the batteries until it's been on for a few minutes, or usually, and I've actually replicated this many times, you flick the camera into boost mode and you do a little bit of shooting, and you'll notice it's like, wow, my batteries, my vertical grip batteries were at 0%, and they're now back where they should be, 95, 98%, and you'll notice that. So if you know you have 100% charge in vertical batteries, and no untoward nonsense went on as far as you having the vertical grip on, you don't need to worry about it. Your camera's not draining your batteries. It is merely the calculation is off as far as determination of what the actual charge is from a cold start. And so you can either shoot normally and not worry about it because you know you've got a full charge, or you could toss it into boost mode, and within, usually instantly, but sometimes it might take a minute, you'll actually see the correct reporting of the percentage left on the batteries on your X-T2. Another thing that's been reported incorrectly, and I've talked about this at great length when the Fuji X-T2 came out, and that Fuji themselves were reporting it incorrectly. Fuji themselves reported the information incorrectly. They didn't want to say that there was a discharge design discrepancy between the new X-T2 battery, i.e. the lithium-ion NPW126S, which is the X-T2 battery, versus the 126, which is the X-T1 battery. It's not a heat issue. What it is a discharge profile. Not an issue, but it was not ideally compatible with the high drain current that was being tasked to the batteries, the X-T1 batteries from the Fujifilm camera. This is especially very true. Now, you could use any batteries you want in the vertical grip on your X-T2, but it's very, very important if you just have the X-T2 camera that you not do anything excessive. You just want to run around, take shots, that's not a problem. But if you stick in continuous high and you start to rip them off and you have some significant current drain, what's happening is not a heating issue, as Fuji reports. Fuji themselves actually know this is the case, but they just wanted to give their consumers a really stupid, simple we've created a new battery, here it is, to it doesn't have a heating issue. No, that's not the way it works. What it is that there's a bottleneck on the current discharge profile on the X-T1 batteries, especially if you're just using the camera only without the vertical grip. Very, very, very especially. And what happens is that when you get resistance equals heat. And when you have heat in lithium-ion packs, what happens is that current availability goes like this. Boom. And then the camera chokes. And this was the reason for the seizures, the lockups, on the X-T2 body only, using the Fuji X-T1 batteries. It is true you can use X-T1 batteries in the vertical grip. However, I've switched over completely to the X-T2 batteries in the vertical grip. So Fujifilm themselves are incorrect on that. They themselves know it, but they just wanted to give a really simple, dumbed-down explanation of what's going on. But It's a discharge profile, which was not enough flow. Okay, not enough flow creates resistance. That resistance creates heat, and when you have heat in a battery, then the charge availability drops into the basement. And when that happens, you choke the camera of its necessitated demand for power. So it is not a heat issue at all. It is a discharge. You see, Fuji can very simply say heat issue, which is what Fujifilm does, but that is a lie. But it is kind of the truth, but it is mostly a lie. If Fujifilm had actually told you the real truth, is that, hey, we at Fujifilm want to tell you that if you use the X-T1 battery and the Fujifilm X-T2, that creates a discharge profile bottleneck, which leads to heat, which leads to resistance, which leads to a fast current fall off. Fuji would never say that. Fuji just filmed to say, we invented a new battery. The older one has a heat issue in the X-T2. See, that's really simple and stupid for the common, simple-minded consumer. So even Fujifilm knows the people that actually are on the inside. They know what the deal is, but there's no way they would just say that to the public because it's too alarming, and it's also too convoluted. People can't wrap their brains around discharge profile leading to resistance. When you have resistance due to excessive demand, you have heat. When you have heat, then you have current fall off. Fujifilm would never say that because it's too much for the average person that is not electrically minded. So anyway, that's it on your X-T2 batteries. It's like, you got a full charge in the vertical grip, and you turn it on and it says 0. Don't worry about it. Just start shooting, and you will notice that within a few minutes, maybe even much as 10 minutes, as I've found, it will pop up back to where it's supposed to be. The charge hasn't changed at all. It is only the camera's ability to accurately report what the correct charge on those batteries is. And for it to get a good idea of that every time you turn it on, then that's what needs to be going, has to be able to see what's there. But turn on the boost mode or just use it for a while. Don't worry about it. Your camera is not draining your batteries, and you don't have a defective camera. This is true of actually a lot of devices that have redundant battery backups, is that the reporting, unless it's extremely sophisticated, ultra high precision stuff, multiple batteries are not reported correctly so far as their percentage of available charge. So I thought you'd want to know that information, because I notice a lot of people on the Fuji boards are talking about that and other boards, so that's the information. Thanks, bye.